Hello, this is a project for our class Risk Analysis with Professor Andrew Bates. I am Walter Ocampo and my group is Emanuele Morbidoni, Aki Mia, and Rupsha Ghosh. The project we've been working during the last weeks is the Eastern Platform. The Eastern Platform is a portion of the Hudson Yards project, a large infrastructural project in the west side of Manhattan. It will be a platform constructed with a sturdy base of steel beams and trusses, built over an active rail yard, the Long Island Railroad, and the extended number 7 subway train. The whole platform is 28 acres. The eastern platform will consist of 18 acres. The Eastern Rail project will include several office buildings, shops and restaurants, high-end and affordable housing, hotel and open space for the public. The drilling of the platform will consist of more than 250 caissons of concrete. The project preparation began in 2013 and the caisson drilling started in 2014. The estimated cost of this project is $700 million and the project started in 2013 and will be finishing by 2018. Each member of our group came up with 10 risks which could be affect this project. We chose 3 risks from these 3 risks to be presented to you. My first risk is OSHA violations. OSHA is authorized to conduct workplace inspections and investigations to determine whether employers are complying with the standards issued by the Agency for Safe and Healthful Workplaces. The violations happen when negligent workers are not certified or when they don't follow the safety regulations, causing violations and probably accidents. The effect from this is that the project can be suspended until a solution is presented to DOB. It causes delays and also economic damages, since fines could be given. Probably that it happens is high between 50 and 70%. A schedule low from 5 to 10 cost 5,000 to 10,000. This risk is easy to manage if we have a site safety manager on site controlling all these situations. The score is 28. Another risk I'm going to describe here is platform construction delays. Platform construction delays is caused by different factors. When materials are delayed, when we have design changes, negligence on the job site, and labor shortage. Weather condition is also another factor that could affect our project. The effects we have due to this risk are scheduling changes, liquidated damages, and increase in budget. Probably that this happened is very high, 70% or even higher. The schedule is high between 20 and 40, cost is 10,000 to 25,000. This risk is difficult to manage since some factors are unpredictable and many of the other factors are included in this risk in order to the platform to be constructed. The score is 36. Here, the influence diagram, in this influence diagram, we can see these different factors affecting the construction of the platform. Another risk I have is DOB violations. These violations are due to lack of compliance with some provisions. Actually, DOB violation is a notice that a project is not compliant with some provisions of applicable law and includes an order for the commissioner to stop any work. Effect is that it stops all work until further notice by a DOB inspector and it causes a lot of delays. Now, Ruksha is going to describe her risk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Walter. My first risk that I want to discuss is lawsuits, which occurs when members involved in the project will be taken to court due to negligence on the project site or with the project plans. The probability of this occurring is medium, with about 30 to 50%. It would affect the schedule at a very high probability of 40 or higher, and the cost would be affected at a medium rate. The manageability of a lawsuit is difficult, and this risk has a score of 40. The next risk I would like to discuss is the changing of building regulations. The project buildings must comply with city and state building regulations. If they do not comply with them, then time must be taken to reestablish what the building regulations need to be. This would affect the schedule and the cost of the project. The probability of this occurring is medium, and it would affect the schedule at a medium rate and the cost at a low rate. The manageability of this risk is moderate, and it has a score of 20. The last risk I would like to discuss is funding changes. And this is when the amount of money received for the project changes. This can occur when different funding avenues are changed. The probability of this occurring is medium. It affects the schedule at a medium rate because if funding changes, other funds must be found. And it affects the cost at a high rate because the cost of the project is changing. The manageability of this risk is difficult and has a score of 20. Next, Emanuele will discuss his 3 risks. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupsha. My first risk is accident that consists of injuries or fatalities in the job site. The lack of OSHA training and labor licenses and skills increase the probability of this risk because workers will miss all the correct procedures during the regular process in terms of safety. This involves also negligence of workers and inspectors. Furthermore, there is no control of malfunction of equipment, and this is a risk with medium-high probability with a high impact on the regular process of the project in terms of safety. Additionally, it implicates scheduling changes and increasing budget. The manageability of this risk is moderate, and the score is 28. As you can see in the influence diagram, there's no control in malfunction of equipment, and this risk is affected also by negligence of workers, lack of OSHA training, lack of labor skills, and the lack of labor licenses. My second risk is hoisting operation risk that consists of damage, injuries, or fatalities caused by material falling during a hoisting operation in the job site. The level of training and license of operators is directly related to this risk because of the right procedure, the coordination, and the communication during these maneuvers. Lack of inspections increase the probability of these risks, although there is no control about malfunctioned machinery and the weather conditions. The particular situation of the job site during the regular operation of the rail yard station makes the organization and the coordination strongly difficult. This is a risk with moderate probability and very high impact because it's related to safety of workers and or public. The manageability of this risk is moderate and the score is 20. As you can see in the influence diagram, there's no control in weather condition and malfunction machinery. And this risk is also affected by inspections, by capacity of your machinery, mobile crane communication, and training and license operators. My last risk is ambiguous specifications, and it happens when construction specifications to multiple parties are not clear. The probability of this risk is medium, and it affects schedule. It has an high impact in schedule and a medium impact in cost. It has an easy manageability, and the score is 20. Now, Aki is going to speak about 3 more risks.
Thank you, Emanuele. The first risk I would like to discuss is scheduling errors. During the entirety of the project, people who are involved in generating schedules may not understand the basic concept of scheduling, or may apply incorrect techniques in preparing their schedules. It is often difficult to prepare a correct schedule if the scheduler does not understand the CPM, also known as the critical path method, which is scheduling techniques used with most scheduling software such as Primavera. If you do not know how to do a forward and backward pass, determine the critical path, and calculate the total and free flow, then most likely one would not know whether the schedule for the project is correct. In this case, there would be incorrect evaluation of activities, duration, and missing activities, which would prolong the total duration of the project and increase the project's budget. The probability of this risk occurring is medium, between 30 to 50%. The scheduling is very high, ranging from 40 or higher. The cost is high, ranging from 25,000 to 50,000, and scores of 40%. As you can see in the influence diagram presented here, there are no control over weather conditions, delay of materials, financial risk, labor shortage, accidents, or lawsuits. Other items that may affect scheduling can be possibly controlled are design errors, design changes, permit delays and expiration, and negligence on the job site. The second risk identified is change orders. Change orders can have positive or negative impacts on the project. The positive change may benefit the project to save cost, time, or improve the quality or scope of work. However, the negative changes can deteriorate the project outcome. The changes in the construction projects are generally documented in the form of change orders. Change orders are an official document which are attached to the original contract as modifications. These are issued to modify the original contract. The reasons for change orders can often fall in one of the four categories: design errors, design omission, different site condition, and scope changes. Therefore, due to improper budget calculations and unexpected site conditions, the project may cause additional time and cost to the project. The probability of this risk occurring is high, of 70% or higher. The schedule ranges from 20 to 40. The cost of this risk is 5,000 to 10,000. The score is 36. Finally, the third identified risk is poor communication between parties. Communications can be viewed as a metaphorical pipeline in which information is transferred from one person to another. Within the construction industry, information is widely diverse given the huge number of parties that are involved with construction operations. For that reason, due to lack of communication between several parties during different phases of the project, which would possibly delay the schedule and lengthen the project execution date, the probability of this risk occurring is 30 to 50%. Schedule is medium, ranging from 10 to 20. Cost of this risk is low, of 5,000 to 10,000. The score is 20. Of all our 40 risks we've identified, these are a few risks that were ranked high in our Eastern Platform project. This is our pre-mitigation matrix.